Okay, guys, hello again. So it's time for episode 2, chapter 2. So let's see what's gonna happen. I assume it's gonna start from the school day. It has come, after all. The day I feared the most, the first day of a new school term. Yeah, episode 2, time to play with you. Okay, here we go. New school, new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates who I always have trouble connecting with. Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. That would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom of my parents was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it was a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy's boy reputation from day one. My parents were probably still tucked in, dreaming about the good old days when everything was so simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out to the first floor so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially the peacefully sleeping Olya. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this even in our old apartment. If my soles touched the space between floorboards, it counted as stepping into the lava. Floor is lava. Yeah, I know this game. The clock was spurring me on with its hands. I need to hurry. Faster, faster. I was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between floorboards. I needed to watch my step to survive at any cost. Hippity hop, like a frog jumping on molehills, like a fearful bunny in a grove full of wolves. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, shoved it down my throat and drank it down with cold tea. My appetite was as good as of someone being led up the scaffold toward a guillotine. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on two floorboards at the same time. Burned to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes writhed in my belly, the fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock clicked. I need to go. It was dark outside, fitting for an early winter morning. Yeah, like in Russia, especially like in this area, in the winter, in the morning it's complete darkness. I remember going to school. Yeah, as a little kid that was kind of interesting adventure, I'd say. This darkness never fully left the houses around here. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up the puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, into the unnerving unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck, though I couldn't remember a single time the thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. Whew, let's go! The sky was akin to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. It licked up stars from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore around my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total klutz that I am, could lose the key otherwise. Yeah, kinda makes sense, I guess. The wind whizzed on the other side of the gate. It invited me into my new life toward dubious adventures, and tagged along like an old body, pushing me in the back. White shadows that pined throughout covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in the coat's collar. I was squeezing through the thin firebreak. My hair riffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. Dude, is something gonna jump on us straight away? The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees reminded me of shaggy old women that smelled of burial earth. Their trunks turned into cracked, ringed faces with holes in the middle as their mouths. If I lost focus even for a moment, Mold-covered witches would drag me into the forest's depths. Then my parents would be walking around these parts, screaming my name. But the dead can't answer the living. Ooh, or can they? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me into the school in his hands by now if it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravines like black dough. It felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard the snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant lungs. The windfall cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind in the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listening closely, and the unseen presence grew stronger. As if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast it made my neck crunch. Ooh, dude, is anyone there? A tiny trail behind me disappeared into the darkness. 3 branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel.
Есть здесь кто?
Who's there? The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending cricket sound of the wooden idols, the pines around me. Why did I think going through the forest alone was a good idea? I'm either going mad, or someone had intentionally lured me away from home. Distant lights granted me a smidgen of hope. Go there, my dude, run! I wonder if actually someone there. Country road. Take me home to a place I belong. I ran there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail will shrink. Clawed hands will grip me by the shoulders, turn me around and make me look at the faces of hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the decrepit wooden bridge, disbelieving my luck. The bridge supports battered in the spring, tarry and ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest, then snorted, trying to calm my breathing. The ticket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. The remaining part of my commute lay through a snow-laden road illuminated by sparse lamplights. Okay, so he's like in the village now. I chased away bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could, from one circle of light to another, seeking protection from electric lamps. Just like in that game, where you need to be the first to proclaim I'm protected. Yeah, which game is that? Okay, tag. Okay, yeah. Got it. It's just in this case that protection was flimsy at best, with darkness written outside its bounds. Oh, okay. What the hell is that? Then I noticed something remarkably eerie. In a place where the light from an inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. What the hell? It almost felt like its features deterred light. Its unnatural pose instilled fear. My eyes almost popped out of their sockets as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away that illusion. But the shadow didn't disappear and even got closer. Okay, is this the fox by any chance? Like, I'd say it's either a fox or a wolf, but like, my insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into a snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice.
Чего крадешься? Душу мою украсть хочешь?
Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul? Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silky voice here, between the forest and the dormant village?
Чего молчишь, несмышленыш?
Will you say something, dummy?
Язык вырвать?
A cat got your tongue?
Слушай, а я тебе еще и нос откушу.
Alright, I'll bite off your nose then. Okay, her voice is actually nice. Like, and the voice acting is good as usual. But I'm still confused.
Будешь знать, как совать его в чужие дела.
That'll teach you not to poke it in places it doesn't belong. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl, before noticing a gaping mouth under her hood, with something dangerously shiny inside. I was stunned. Okay. So it is a fox. Fox girl? What the hell's going on? Okay, that is not a mask. I'm pretty sure that looks like a legit fox face. Or like, very good mask. What the hell? From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring straight at me. It's just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes weren't blinking. A mask. So it is a mask. It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face.
А я
I was just
просто в школу иду, а тут ты.
going to school and then you.
Что я?
What about me?
Никогда не видел, как лиса собаку кормит.
Never seen a fox feed a dog? Hmm? Oh. Oh. Cute. And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably.
Извини, я не хотел.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, sniffed me out, and then started wagging its tail. I guess I still smelled of bologna that I ate for breakfast. I was shifting my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl. She didn't seem scared anymore, just weird.
Значит, не хотел. Ну-ну.
So you didn't mean to, huh?
Как тебя зовут?
What's your name?
Меня Антон,
I'm Anton.
а тебя?
And you?
А меня нет.
And I'm not. Yeah, I assume your name is not Anton. She's an interesting character. She's weird. Definitely has a couple loose screws. Yeah, most likely, most likely. But she has a nice voice. Yeah, actually she does. With some effects on it, but yeah, it's pretty good. My astonishment has turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl had piqued my interest. The next time a police officer asks me about my friends at the new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking fox.
Ты здесь живешь?
Do you live around here?
В поселке?
In the village? The fox giggled and purred. She spun around so hard, the hem of her coat lifted up.
Нет, глупый.
No, dummy.
Лисы не живут в поселках.
Foxes don't live in villages.
Хочешь сказать, ты живешь в лесу?
So you live in the forest then?
Из какой норы ты вылез?
Have you been living under a rock?
Конечно. Лисам среди людей не выжить.
It's obvious that foxes can survive anywhere near humans,
Пока они лисы.
as long as they're foxes. Her jokes were also weird. Just like her carnival mask, papier-mâché with fur glued onto it. A dog reminded us of its existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge, cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. Okay, bunny again. Treat from the bunny. Okay, actually, not sure if I remember this thing. The stray strolled toward me with mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in its eyes. The fox did definitely treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry.
Зачем ты так вырядилась с утра пораньше?
Why you dressed like this so early in the morning?
На утренник идешь?
Going to a costume party? Okay, I think I messed up. Well, Anton messed up, not me. The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose, and her human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox, agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation and you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. Until I heard her calm melodic laughter, hidden underneath the beastly mask. Okay, she's messing with us. Well, yeah, Fox. Makes sense. Seems like foxy behavior.
Видел бы ты свою маску, сладенький.
I wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie. Sweet? Did she say sweetie? I got embarrassed. Went right up to my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in a zoo once when we went there with Dad, but it had patchy fur, was gray and skinny. But this girl was of fiery color and furry. Just like in fairy tales, I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers that were searching for the dog treat stumbled upon some crumpled object.
Ничего,
You'll see.
скоро проснутся настоящие звери.
The real beasts will wake up soon.
Спроси-ка лучше у них, где они взяли свои человеческие лица.
You should ask them where they got their human faces. Okay. Who is she talking about? The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the hole it created with snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, wanting to get its treat. And the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed I wanted to sink through the snow. It was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in its inkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with the weird girl I didn't know.
Так ты в школу идешь?
So, are you going to school?
Ах, ну какой же дурачок!
Oh my, you are a real dummy.
Так ничего и не понял.
Don't you get it? Well, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me. Dude, she's a fox. What are you expecting? Calling me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog. Why are you like this?
А ты чего обзываешься?
Why are you so mean?
Не хочешь отвечать, и пожалуйста.
Don't answer if you don't want to.
Никто не требует.
It's not like I care. Well, still, something froze me in place, tugged me toward the dark figure. A mysterious appearance, her voice that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn.
Ой, да не дуйся.
Oh, stop pouting.
Гляди-ка лучше.
Look here.
Ты нравишься Жульке.
Julka took a liking to you. Okay, that's the dog, right? The dog was digging through snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly. The fox turned around and looked at the windows of a nearby house, at its timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light.
И не только ей.
And maybe someone else too. I went red again, like a boiled crayfish this time. Okay. I'm not sure we should trust her. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hoped that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. I cleared my throat before asking,
А кому еще я нравлюсь?
and who's that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's windows. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she can see in those winter paintings. The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaws. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What is it doing here? No way it's the same mitten, dude. Like, you put it on your desk, like, what the hell? When I looked closer, I realized that it was just my mitten. Maybe mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind.
Эй, ты знаешь что-нибудь про Вову?
Hey, do you know anything about Vova? I imagined the scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. The dance on the night when Vova had disappeared. A boy who, when found, can provide a big reward and maybe save my family. I'd say that's too optimistic, my dude. I remembered my birthday when our parents promised to take me and Olya to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long-anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console, visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when mom and dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. I see what happened there. If only I could fix everything. Gather everybody I love and take them to Disneyland. Well, would be interesting if actually one of the ending is them going to Disneyland.
В ночь, когда пропал Вова, я, кажется, видел, как кто-то похожий на тебя плясал под моим окном.
On the night Vova had disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you dancing under my window. It couldn't be true, but I felt like her mask became even more sly. Fox was sniffing me out.
А что? Ты тогда испугался?
Oh, that got you worried?
За себя или кого-то еще?
For yourself or for someone else? Olya, as soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened, and cold sweat streamed down my spine.
Ну так слушай меня внимательно, мальчик по имени Антон.
Well then, listen closely, a boy named Anton.
Это большой и страшный лес.
This is a big and scary forest. The fox girl stepped forward menacingly.
И я не единственный его обитатель.
And I'm not its only tenant.
Другие звери уже знают о тебе.
The other beasts already know about you.
Берегись нас. Этой ночью мы опять придем.
Beware, we'll come again tonight. Okay, that sounds like a hella threat. I am not sure. Okay, is she messing with us? Or like, what the hell? I shouldn't have talked to this evil in child form, I thought, panicking.
Пока ты со своей семьей будешь спать, подкрадемся близко-близко и станцуем.
When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance?
Макарену!
Okay. For real? Okay, that was epic. Okay, that was legit one of the best jokes I've heard recently.
Чё?
Huh?
Эй, Макарена!
Dude, she has a nice sense of humor. Well, a fox girl.
У тебя прямо челюсть отвисла, Антоша!
Look at you. Your mouth is agape, Antosha.
Видел он меня ночью у своего окна. Ага, как же!
He saw me near his window at night. Yeah, right.
А ты случаем не местный дурачок, нет?
Are you by any chance a dimwit?
Меня не отпускают гулять так поздно.
Nobody would let me go outside that late. So she
Здесь,
was
знаешь ли, дети пропадают.
So she was messing with us? Or is she? I don't know. Children go missing here, you know. I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death.
да не тереби ты окуляры свои.
Hey, why don't you stop flaunting your glasses?
Я раньше тоже близорукой была.
I was also nearsighted once.
Лучше послушай меня. Может быть, ума наберешься.
Listen to me and maybe you'll become smarter.
Лисичку как обычно называют?
Remember, what do they call foxes?
Плутовка?
Cunning? My words seem to hurt her.
Ох ты ж! Да как ты меня?
Hey, what did you?
Ой, прости.
Sorry? Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells.
Да шучу я!
Just pulling your leg. I'm just joking.
Конечно, плутовкой.
Of course we're cunning.
Если ты ловкий и смелый, не боишься с плутовкой водиться, я, так и быть, помогу разыскать этого Вову.
If you're agile and brave enough to befriend a cunning fox, I'll help look for your Vova.
Ты же неспроста его ищешь, да?
There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming.
Знаю, почему дети повадились соваться в наш лес.
I know why children have been swarming our forest recently.
Порой там можно найти много всякого интересного.
Sometimes you can find a lot of interesting stuff there.
Я вот однажды нашла целый сугроб конфет и купалась в нем. Да так что челюсть слиплась.
One day, I saw a huge pile of candy, and I swam in it until my jaws cramped. A pile of candy? I couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time.
Посмотрите-ка, какой недоверчивый.
Boo, so wary.
Ну-ну, а что ты на это скажешь?
Well, what will you say to this then? She held out her hand in a furry mitten. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like these were sold at markets or in kiosks. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper among the tasty treasure. A familiar name was on it. Torbo. Okay, I remember this one. It has like car photos and stuff like that. I remember how we used to collect this. A triangular fox face poked her nose toward me.
Угощайся.
Take
У
some.
меня их полные карманы.
My pockets are full of these. Okay, take or refuse. Okay, let's take it, I guess. I accepted the treat and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. Fur, fireworks, and citrus, the smell of holidays. My fingers tingled while I was carefully unwrapping the gum. Peachy aroma entered my nostrils, and something else, something unfamiliar but pleasant. The fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tasted like your usual Turkish gum, only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the inserts. Yeah, as I said, cars. Ooh, Mercedes. Nice. I looked at a Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert, still stunned.
Это же... Это...
This is...
Теперь понял, что можно найти в лесу.
Now do you see what can be found in the forest?
Только на твоем месте я бы туда в одиночку не ходила.
Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you.
Тебе вон от жвачки в забу дыханье сперла.
You get so flustered over a simple bubblegum after all.
А представляешь, что с тобой будет, если найдешь чемодан таких фантиков?
Imagine what would happen if you find a travel case worth of these.
Голову напрочь снесет. И пиши пропало.
It'll surely blow your mind. Unusual treats, just like everything else about her. I carefully hid the insert in my bag as if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can. The fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on a Monday morning. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. She wouldn't answer anyway. Or she'll just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind her mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl.
Может, Вова тоже нашел сугроб сладостей и теперь кувыркается в нем?
What if Vova also found a snow pile with sweets and is now rolling in it?
Слушай, вдруг он решил остаться в лесу?
Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest?
Тогда, наверное, ему очень холодно в одной варежке.
She knows. She knows I have the mitten. He must be so cold without his second mitten then. Okay, she's definitely playing some game. The wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the darkness, into the creepy thicket. The trees behind me creaked with their bony branches.
Или с ним что-то случилось в пути.
Or what if something happened to him along the way?
Что-то страшное.
Something terrible. The forest reacted to her words, became alive. It sniffed me out, perking up its ears, just like a curious beast. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes again.
Дикие звери?
Wild beasts?
Это, по-твоему, страшно?
You find that scary?
Ну, не знаю.
Well, I don't know.
Не знает.
He doesn't know.
Уж не с двоечником ли я подружилась?
Oh my. Have I befriended a dunes? Okay, I actually never heard the word. I didn't like being called a dunes, yet being friends with her sounded nice.
Я хорошист.
My grades are good.
Бел да пушист.
Really now. I actually like how they rhyme stuff in Russian.
Пойдешь со мной, хорошист Антон?
Will you come with me? Good grades, Anton. Basically, she said bell and pushist, which is like white and furry. Like that.
Найдем твоего Вову и сам его спросишь, что он нашел в этой пуще.
We'll find your Vova and you'll be able to ask him what he found deep in the forest.
Ведь пока мы вместе, никто тебя в лесу не тронет.
As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest.
Вот увидишь.
You'll see. I'm not sure I should trust her, you know. Worms of worry rooted in my belly. Better run, whispered my mind. It's weird that he actually didn't react to the fact that she was talking about the mitten more.
Я тебе не верю.
I don't believe you.
Ты думаешь, я врунья?
Do you take me for a liar?
Да и пожалуйста, мне никогда никто не верит.
Whatever, you're just like everybody else. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know she was genuine about it. She turned around as if she had immediately lost all interest in me. The gum felt bitter now. I remembered my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me.
Не обижайся, пожалуйста.
Please don't get mad.
Лисы бывают и добрыми.
Foxes can also be nice,
Ну, как в сказках.
like in fairy tales.
Мне бы только понять, что ты за лиса.
I just need to know what kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands.
Тогда пойдем со мной в лес, и ты все обо мне узнаешь.
Then follow me into the forest and you'll get to know me.
Но не сейчас, а когда рассветет. А то тебя, бедного, всего аж потряхивает.
But not right now, when it gets bright. I mean, your whole body is shaking, you poor thing.
Того и гляди, кондрашка хватит.
I don't want you to get a stroke.
Ай да, провожу тебя до школы.
Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me.
Ну, если тебе по пути...
Well, if we're going in the same direction... We went toward the school and the lost dawn. Here and there, the lights came on in the windows of houses we passed, as if their inhabitants were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lurked behind curtains. Dogs let out occasional barks. Spirals of grey smoke rose from chimneys. TVs bustled and dishes clanked in kitchens. We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber while carefully treading the snowy wheel trails. I walked on the left one and she took the right one. The dog was following right behind us. I expected the fox to bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to the school, as if playing with me some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. I was the first to break the
Так
silence.
как тебя зовут?
So, what's your name?
Ну, конечно.
Here it comes.
Имена, имена, имена.
Names, names, names.
Людям непременно надо вешать ярлыки на все подряд.
You people always need to put labels on everything.
Ну и как бы ты назвал такую лису, как я?
What name would you give to a fox like me?
Даже не знаю.
I don't know.
Но я читал про лису по имени Алиса.
But I've read about Alisa the fox.
А что?
You know what?
Я не против.
I don't mind.
Пусть будет Алиса.
I'll be Alisa. Okay, did she just accept the name? I couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around as if looking for an answer from the dog, from the dark sky devoid of dawn. My silent questions were left unanswered. The school's outline was already in our sight. A giant brick box, stuck in the endless night. Lights in the windows didn't bode well for me. The warden trees were guarding the schoolyard. Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistling tore up the silence. I went here with Mom when we just moved, and the place looked cozy at that time. Empty corridors that smelled of polish, puffy snow outside. The second time I came alone to get the books and just kept on imagining my peers, rolling down the railings, grade schoolers, running to the library, and teachers marching down the corridor with the air of self-importance around them. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, in track pants and wool caps, perched on their foreheads. Their appearance destroyed the last of hopes for a cozy school. Their stinky eyes and the teeth, yellow from nicotine, their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as the cloudy winter morning. Absorbed by my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion.
После уроков жду тебя на заднем дворе,
I'll wait for you at the backyard after school.
возле повешенного.
Near the hanged man?
Возле кого?
Near what? She just ignored my question.
Не опаздывай.
Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between two options. Thinking about Mom helped me
Я
reply.
после школы сразу домой.
I'm going straight home after school.
Эх, Антоша, Антоша, это я тебя так просто отпустила.
Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook.
Другие же незаметно подкрадутся со своими улыбочками и вцепятся. Клещами не оторвешь.
But the others will creep up to you with their smiles and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off as easily.
Попомни мои слова.
Remember my words. The fox opened her mouth in a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this?
Антоха!
Someone running in the distance called out my name. I instinctively turned around. A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulder and hit the dog. What the hell? Who the hell did this? What the hell? It whimpered and ran toward the spring. Буржулька! Damn it. Like, it's only a snowball, but still, it can hurt. And it's just a little dog, like, what the hell? The darkness devoured it. The fox girl was also nowhere to be seen. She dissolved into frosty air. Or was she hiding in the shadow? I gulped and swallowed the gum. Unlucky. After taking a deep breath, I went toward the school, toward the cutlets in dough, toward the light raining down onto the snow. Okay, oh wait. Okay, so I have some stuff to see first. And then probably I will finish this episode. Okay, let's see. There was a fresh-looking Volga parked nearby, with one of its front wheels perched up on the icy curb. Black-like suit, as if it was straight out of the horror story Dad loved to tell me when we hid in the attic during a thunderstorm. I remember him always wearing a sad smile while mentioning the black car that snatched children. He would say, "It looks like a funeral car on the inside, white curtains and all, and it has DSC in its license plate. Do you know what that means? Dead to Soviet children. What the hell? Funny, I was born in the USSR too." Same, dude, same. Okay, that is a weird story. Okay, wait. It has like 41 SSD. Well, you can say like смерть советским детям. So it's like... Wait, was he talking actually about this car? Okay, I'm confused. Who the hell is that? A tall man was standing near the gate, puffing out clouds of smoke into the wind. He didn't look like a teacher. Was he a PE guy, maybe? I carefully studied his face that looked like it was cut from a piece of granite, and his hair lip that was holding down a cigarette. He was playing around with car keys and staring back at us. The light from the cigarette was reflecting in his eyes that were sitting deep in his eye sockets. I froze in place. The hulking man lazily tore off his eyes from us and walked toward the road. Okay, that's his car, right? Most likely. Whose nest is this, I wonder? A thieving magpie? Then it probably has all sorts of shiny things in it. Pieces of colorful glass, bottle caps, polished coins, or child braces. And the last one. A buzzing crowd of upperclassmen with their winter hats tipped to the side. I'd better not draw their attention. Okay, so this is the last one, right? So that was the first part of episode 2. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care, and see you soon.